Alright, so I'm going to go, I think I'm live. Countdown 10.
3, 2, 1.
Live on Amazon. Welcome, folks.
Hello. You know, like in this part only.
I kept thinking this was episode 1 because
Of the season.
Of the season, yeah, just because
It's technically 2, right?
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everybody's here. You know, I did hear about a machine that you can buy that, like, taps.
For you.
So, like, when people have, like, moderators, they just
yeah.
have a machine that's like, deet, 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 just to boost their likes. But
Wow. Maybe
yeah.
someday, folks, we'll get it.
That's what I'm here for. And that's what you guys are here for, actually. So, welcome in, everybody.
And, well, to start us off, we're up top treats, and we like candy.
We do.
And
We do
we
indeed
like-
like candy.
We like talking about random stuff, so join us in the fun if you've never joined us before. And depending on where you're at, there's things you can do to interact with us.
Correct.
If you're on TikTok today, if you give us 15,000 likes, then we'll do our typical giveaway just like normal.
Right, right,
And more info about that coming up.
right. And you can do that by just liking the TikTok.
Press your whole finger on the screen.
A lot, over
lot.
and over, actually.
More and more.
Yep.
If you are listening to our podcast in a couple of days, congratulations.
You can just
You
follow
just
us wherever you
keep
get Spot.
listening.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Stitcher. Is that still around?
Nope. I
Nope.
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, anywhere
Anyway.
you can get podcasts. Hello,
This is
hello.
episode 2 of season 2.
Correct.
And we're glad to be back. Came up with this title called I'm Feeling Over the Weather. And it's kind of a play on words. I'm really funny, I know. So Tim is feeling under the weather. We've had a lot of bizarre weather, and I just drove back from Salt Lake City through the weather. So I thought, hey, why not do an entire show over it?
We
no
should.
one could see it coming.
Nope, not even once.
So, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, the other thing is that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Steven and I, he doesn't even know this yet, but we're going to do a
I saw it on
live,
the calendar.
we're going to do a live freeze-drying session with Trolley Strawberry Puffs. We've had minimal success with it, so it should be entertaining. And
Right.
we might get a head start, so there's something to watch. But anyway. Ooh, somebody says weather's nasty today here in Palo Alto. Wait, in PA, a lot happened. I don't know. PA, like Pennsylvania?
That's my guess.
I don't know.
clicked.
So the weather, at least in Colorado, is good for the mountains and bad for the driving. I woke up to 4 inches of snow in Salt Lake City.
That'll do it.
On my day home instead of on the ski day that we had planned. And so we drove through that and then basically chased the storm, or the storm chased us home.
Yeah.
And it was really lots of pockets, so it was so bizarre. It would go from just super blizzard, drive 40 miles an hour, to driving 85 miles an hour with the sun out in Wyoming on I-80. So very bizarre, and it kept kind of coming and going, but we made it home just in time to get a separate blizzard in Monument, Colorado. That was fun. I don't know how many inches you guys got. I heard you guys had several on Friday and then more and then tons of wind. I think the wind was what kept some people home yesterday. Yeah, time's getting away from me.
Right.
It
Well,
helped
a lot
to
of
have
it
a
was the
car.
ice. Did you, for the
Ice?
people on TikTok, did you add subtitles?
Me?
Yeah.
No. What does that mean?
I'm just watching
Is
Like-
it set up on yours as
drag to
Sub-
move. Sorry,
because this
sorry,
one's not
y'all.
showing
I'm just.
subtitles, is it?
I don't see
I
subtitles.
see it on on my end. Maybe. Whatever. Cool. It's literally like saying what I'm saying. Whatever. Anyway,
maybe you are. Maybe you said you were impaired. Because I know it'll automatically do that if you set your settings. To
maybe I click the captions. Hey, it's cool. Whatever. Also, just to say this, and when we hit 15K is when we will be doing our giveaway, everybody. So if you didn't catch that up at the start.
Yeah, need to have something posted somewhere.
Right.
Maybe after like
You
several
can do an
seasons,
overlay.
people will figure it out.
Well, you can do an overlay. Maybe before we go live next time, I'll try to mess with the device we go live on and set it up where it can just like
just be stagnant up there.
give away at
Cool.
15K.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't see a pin for the top. I've already looked.
Poop.
Anyway, anywho's will be
Fart balls.
fart.
So we were coming up with our
Oof.
new name for freeze-dried sweet tarts, and we wanted to have
Jesus.
everybody's help, so we posted it on social media, and it's still out there. There's a second chance to vote. We had some very unique ideas for what to name these,
Mhm.
and I remember Tim being hesitant or resistant to
I wonder why.
launching this because he said somebody might name it Shit Bites, and he was really close. Somebody definitely called them overpriced frozen fart balls.
I like
That was one of the
the
options.
dig is overpriced to me.
Oh yeah, me too.
Everything else, whatever, but
Yeah, so now anytime
dang.
there's a problem, something that goes wrong, we're gonna say fart balls.
fart balls.
Yep. So thanks for that, whoever.
Shin, hi.
Bunch
Sorry.
of haters.
Someone who does my
Welcome,
my
Shin.
artwork on my YouTube channel.
Okay, you ready for some questions?
I am so ready
Okay.
for these questions.
Okay, let's get in here. This was hard to build, I'll say.
Was it?
Wasn't the easiest topic to
Which is funny because
bring in.
usually when you're like vamping about isn't the weather crazy today, like that
No.
kind of stuff, like it's
We-
easy.
Yeah. Like if I ever call my dad, it's literally what the weather's like. Not enough rain, not enough this, too
Right.
much that, whatever.
Too much
okay.
of that.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Ready?
What's the one weather pattern that you grew up with as a kid? Like I always think people in the world I'll elaborate. People in the world are scared of certain weather phenomena, but they're not afraid of others, usually because that's where they like grew up, right?
Right.
So I'm not really afraid of tornadoes. Grew up with them.
Right.
When they're around, we went outside to go look at them.
Okay,
Look
yeah.
For 'em. So for you, what was
And that is because you are from
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're
from
fine.
Kansas, the Wizard of Oz state.
the Wizard of Oz state.
Yeah. Tornado Alley.
Literally.
And I think Tim, I wasn't gonna participate for Tim, but I would assume that his is the same,
Right.
being from Oklahoma.
3 of the biggest tornadoes ever
In
passed
fact,
through.
his state's better than, worse
Better.
than Kansas. So he's even more of a tornado pro, I would assume.
Right.
Well, 3 of the largest tornadoes passed within a mile of my house.
Did you see him?
Remember, we are
One of them passed. The biggest one passed
We're in a cabin in the woods.
right.
about 500 yards behind my house, which was the 03 one,
I
which was
remember
like the
one
F5.
jumped over our house. We could see it come in, and then jumped over our house a couple miles
Terrifying.
Ahead of it, and then landed in our, call it like community, like not the city limits, but closer to where the city is than where our ranch or land was.
Shin has got a good question, and
Shoot, Shin.
and again, I got to preface: we will reference the chat when they actually contribute to what we're talking about. Okay, Shin, now you sold me down the river. Okay, so how does one condition a child to not be afraid of tornadoes? I would like to conduct an experiment.
Without having them around, I'm not sure.
Right.
I
This is
think
my
it-
friend from Vancouver,
I
by the
think
way,
it's
that I told
just
you guys about.
exposure. I think it's just
Right.
exposure to that. I don't know. Do you have something different? I was gonna guess yours is hail. No.
Not really.
Hail, you're not afraid
No,
of it,
it's
but
snow. It's snow
It's
with
snow?
Colorado. Snow
Wouldn't
was
you say
like
fires.
fire.
now. It wasn't a
that's
while ago.
Yeah. So you're saying you grew up with snow, and I will say too, like even
like a lot of snow.
maybe even before Steven's time,
Mm-hmm.
Monument would get over 200 inches of snow a year.
This, when I was growing up, this was literally like Monument Hill was the worst part of driving in the state outside of like in the mountains, like
Around
dirt
some
roads.
kind of
Right.
It's
like
almost a mountain
pass.
pass.
Yes, exactly.
And it's kind of a weird one because it's not a mountain. It's pretty much like a ridge, but it's big enough to redirect weather. So the Colorado Springs people have less snow, more rain, more sun. The temperature's at least, I don't know, 5-10 degrees hotter
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
every day of the year.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
But, so snow.
Shin says rain. I live in rain.
I would say rain for a lot of people. Not for
She's
me,
in
though.
she's in Vancouver, so
So
we're
it'd be
getting like
Seattle.
we're getting like the upper
Yeah.
west.
I will say the rain when I was there, which was not for very long, was more pleasant than in the Midwest. I feel like in the Midwest it's cold.
Yeah.
It had like for some reason there are huge drops, and you just get I don't know what, but like I
Yeah.
feel like when I was in Seattle, it's kind of misty and like a lot more.
Rain is my favorite weather. Like hands down, I'd take it over anything. Granted, that's kind of counterinductive to like
I'll
going
take it.
outside and
Inducive,
yeah, yeah.
counterinducive.
What did I say?
Counterinductive.
Counterinductive, which isn't a word.
I don't think
That's
that's.
fine. I'm dumb.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Okay, so what kind of weather pattern scares you the most, or what kind of weather pattern is exciting? Doesn't have to scare you.
You know, there was one time I was in a microburst and an F1, like the microburst developed into an F1, and that was exciting in the wrong way. That was pretty. So I'd say for me, like tornadoes, we don't get them a lot in Colorado on like the foothills area.
Yeah, there was an F1 in
Right.
Littleton last year, and everyone freaked out. And Tim and I were kind of laughing.
Right.
Um,
Well, Highlands Ranch.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
Highlands
one.
Ranch.
Yeah, that was really close to.
It knocked
My-
my friend's
yeah.
fence over.
Yeah.
And wrecked their like 200-year-old tree.
Yeah, it like tore down the
Sad.
middle of the, a populated area. Shin says, I am scared of falling ash. I will never live near a volcano. Mandy says, I'm afraid of a tornado or tsunami. Those are terrifying.
Yeah, tsunami was on my list.
I could see that, yeah.
I think that's something we don't get in the United States.
Yeah.
Even do we?
No. Well, I mean,
Maybe California.
no,
I'm
because
talking like an
hurricane,
idiot.
they've been talking about tsunamis.
But I watched
and all that.
tsunamis like in Japan or
The-
like
the
and
one
it
from
just- and it just, like,
2011?
it just starts to rise
Or
and
when it
rise
pulls
and
back.
rise and just oh my god, yeah, it pulls.
The
back.
one in
Everything
Thailand,
goes dry. I
back
think
in like
that's it. I saw
2004,
that.
it like pulls back
Everything
and then you
gets
just see-
dry and then
terrifying.
everything gets.
Okay, I
just-
changed my mind. It's tsunami. You were
it's
so right.
Not somewhere you want to be.
I will
around.
have to make a comment though, Shin. You did say volcano. That is not a weather pattern, but falling ash could be. Do you
Yeah.
mean like when it
See,
pulls?
Mount St. Helens.
I feel like it's still weather. Like it's a natural phenomenon
Mount
that
St.
happens.
Helens. That's a good point.
Like think about like earthquakes and volcano fallout. Like those are all risks of living near or by or in a certain region. Okay. What kind of weather type are you over?
I'll let you guys. I've been
Hail.
answering first. Hail.
I'm way over hail. If I get hail anywhere, I'm just I'm
this-
totally over it.
Is this?
Don't like it at all.
Oh, Danielle. Hi.
Anybody else?
What about you, Tim? What kind of
Being
weather?
that heat. I
like,
can't
too hot?
stand heat.
I
Yeah.
can.
I
can
don't
agree.
like heat in Oklahoma, and I don't like heat whenever I think I'm living in a cool state.
Shin
Which-
doesn't think hail's bad enough.
Hail is so funny. Have you never thrown a hail at your friends?
I feel like hail here is not funny. It's damaging. It damages cars.
Colorado has been getting a little rocked during the summer months. I can be pretty honest about that, but I don't. Until recently, it hasn't been frequently enough or
to
frequent
be,
enough
like-
for me to like actually
Yeah,
care.
I feel like every year it's here, and
Um,
we can't even get insurance because there's so much hail.
That's true. You and me, cameraman. We could be besties. I love Shin. I love you.
Thanks for helping us out, Shin, with the comments.
yeah.
It's nice.
Hail totaled my 2023 Camry and wrecked
Yeah,
my
I
house.
hate hail.
That's Danielle. That's one of my friends. She did get her car totaled by that one of those hailstorms
Yeah,
that came through.
there
here.
was a couple of people who worked with my wife
Mm-hmm.
that chose not to go to the zoo that day, and
Yeah.
their car still got wrecked.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the weather's supposed to be kind of bad today, so they stayed home, and their car got totaled sitting in their parking lot, like on their side street.
Yeah. I would actually put heat as second, hail as third. My number one is wind.
Oh yeah,
Hate it.
thought about that this morning.
Hate it. Especially yesterday, I was trying to drive into work, and I was, because my car's in the shop, shocker, and the wind. I was using Kaylee's car, and the wind was just pulling that poor car back and forth with the ice.
We saw a semi flipped over because of the wind. And
Was that on your way back?
on my way back?
Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
on,
yeah.
on I-80.
You
which
remember
is
like
just
a couple years
huge
ago
wind
in
corridor.
Monument, we were catching those 100-mile-per-hour sideways, and
Yes.
semis were just flipping. I was in my
Yes.
FedEx truck. I went up on
Oh
two
my
wheels.
God.
I was like,
Oh my god. It was we thought we have probably one of the biggest Austrian pines like right by our house,
Mhm.
and it was just blown in the wind, we thought it was going to get ripped off, but I don't know how that thing stays around, especially here
Trees.
with the wind.
they're awesome.
Yeah, pretty dope.
We love trees. This is a tree podcast.
I love trees. Okay, I'm ready for trivia and such. You guys ready?
I'm ready for trivia and such.
Okay. So we try not to brag about our freeze-dried candy not
But we should.
melting, but we should.
Oh,
Yeah, because it doesn't melt like normal candy.
right. Right.
But at some point it has to. So I have a couple of questions.
You're going to be so mad at me for the first question.
You know it?
Yeah, I do know it.
Okay. What's the hottest temperature ever recorded, and where was it?
I don't know where, but
Okay.
it was 134 degrees.
That's exactly right.
Exactly right. I read this last night on Twitter.
Was this?
I don't know where it
Try and
is.
guess. Anybody?
New Mexico.
Was this?
It is in the U.S.
I was gonna say, is it? Because I've driven
Las
through there. Dead
Vegas.
Sea. What is it?
I
Dead
thought you said the
Sea.
Dead
No,
Sea.
not
You
Dead
ever just
Sea.
drive through the Dead Sea?
Dead Sea Scrolls.
Right next to
Oh, it's
Nevada?
where
Those
it's.
will get you hot. Death Valley.
It's where you drop below Death Valley. Yeah,
Death
there
Valley.
you go. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that's exactly right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Which of our up top freeze-dried candies do you think would melt first in Death Valley?
I know, surprisingly, and chat, please contribute to this. What do you think would melt of all of our products? Spoiler alert, it's not the ice cream sandwich, is it?
I don't know.
I don't think so, because I
have we
remember
ever
Tim
done-
tested this, and it
Tim
would
took
not
a
melt.
torch to it.
Right,
He put it out
right.
on the concrete. It took too long.
Shin says the Starburst, the Solar Puffs.
I think the Solar Puffs would melt first. Yeah,
That's her guess.
I could
melt.
see that.
Are we just,
We might have to try it.
we're saying,
Yeah. I
dude,
was
we
gonna say,
should have
put it
to,
in a, put it in
okay.
a car or something like that.
Make a poll.
for no other reason than
Oh.
it says burst.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what I would choose. Maybe the moon rocks, because they're already like kind of dissolved and exposed. I don't know.
Maybe.
Starburst just puff up.
Right. I don't know. I guess I would probably have to say I'll say Atomic Bites just to disagree.
Yeah, I gotta put some money on this, Tim.
Mm.
What do you think?
I was gonna say Atomic Bites.
No way.
Oh
Yes.
snap!
Marshmallows don't count, right?
No, it's because it's not freeze dried. It's dehydrated.
Yeah, it's
Which, by the way,
dehydrated.
it's dehydrated, guys, not freeze dried. Don't make that mistake when you're buying it.
We can freeze dry it, but we haven't.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll play around with it
We'll
eventually.
get to it. Okay. Opposite question. What's the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth, and where was it?
Antarctica, negative 200 and something degrees.
Antarctica's right. It's
Okay.
more specific than that, but I wouldn't expect anyone to know.
Yeah, isn't there only like 2 places in
Yeah.
Antarctica?
There's a population down there.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta pull this one up. I don't remember if I can do it here. Let me see.
I'm gonna say
Minus
Negative
128.
128.
Almost
We really overshot it, Tim.
Almost 129 in Vostok Station, Antarctica. What's minus 30 C? That's what Shin says. I don't do Celsius like the rest of the world.
Shin, what's that in
Minus-
American?
Minus 30's real cold. Maybe she got it right. I could do a conversion, but I'll move on.
I've skied in minus.
Shin says, "Oh no, you're American." Yeah,
I'm
she
telling you,
forgot.
man.
Okay.
Oh,
What up top freeze dried candy would be best eaten frozen?
I mean, the ice cream sandwich. I could see like
'Cause it's
freeze
all-
drying it and then chilling it. It would
And
be
then chilling it. That kind of takes the purpose out.
yeah. Okay, so that's the easy one. So I could do, well. I just got to default to the berry moon rocks.
God, just freeze 'em.
cold.
Just like 'em
Frozen.
cold. I like 'em
Frozen,
hot.
not
yeah,
chilled.
Not cold.
Frozen.
Just rock solid.
None of them. Don't freeze the shit.
So put them under your armpit if you're out in the Antarctic winds.
Right.
Okay, fine. All right, I got a question for you. This is your education for the day, and I bet it's not the most difficult question in the
I'll
world.
still get it wrong, but I'll try.
Okay, what's the difference between weather and climate? A lot of politicians have problems with this one.
So, weather is like the active, like, I don't know how to use the words, but like
Active, all replaced with short term.
short term. I don't want to use climate because that's just stupid, but
Ooh.
like the short term effects of the climate. But the climate is like how it is there on average, right?
That's pretty good, yeah. So the weather is a short-term description of weather phenomenon or temperature phenomenon or what happens on the planet at that time or during that time frame. And climate is, call it the weather over time. So it's a average of those phenomena over time.
Okay.
So yeah, the weather can be quote hot, and then the climate's actually getting colder over time, or the climate could be getting
Atmospheric
warmer
conditions, climate
over
change.
time, but you have snow days still because the weather is different than climate.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks.
Joke's definitely on us, Shin, for not knowing Celsius like the rest of the world, but who cares? Okay, this one's good. How are the northern lights formed?
I just know that it has something to do with refraction of light.
Nope.
Nope. Moisture in the air.
Nope.
Okay, tell me because I don't
Tim?
know.
It's sun. It's from the sun. It's solar
From the
rays.
solar rays, yep.
Oh, it's solar
Deflecting
rays.
off
Yeah.
the caps.
I didn't know.
They're charged particles, charged ions that are escape the temperature of the sun, come towards Earth, and then they interact with our magnetic field around the Earth, the magnetosphere. So they basically get caught up in the poles where the magnetic fields are stronger, and then they do refract the light. Like they go from being some kind of wave and to being green or
Right.
yeah.
So I was like 10% right. I threw out a factor, not a answer.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them?
Is it, yeah.
No.
Have you?
Nope.
No, but have you ever seen like a video of them?
I've seen
Yes.
the video, and
It's
there
crazy.
were,
Hmm.
and they keep dipping further and further south on occasion.
Yeah, we had it over us for a little bit last year.
Last
From
year,
is from a like a
From a
sunblast.
burst.
Yeah,
Right.
Sunburst.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Isn't that just a terrifying thing to think about?
pretty terrifying. Aren't you glad we have some kind of shield?
Right. We
Just
should probably
getting- we would look like
keep that shield
skeletons.
going, shouldn't we?
Yeah, that's-
Everybody.
That's a great idea. We'd look like Marv off of Home Alone when he's holding the electricity.
Yeah.
And he like turns into a skeleton.
Skeleton, yeah.
That's exactly what would happen. But it would be really quick. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
done.
Just done.
Done.
Dang.
I
we,
do wanna see 'em.
We need quite a bit more likes before we're giving away these
Yeah.
candy
You guys
candies.
got a long way to go.
That's okay.
I guess we could just give them away at the end.
Any who's will be.
No. Okay. All right. I have a weather joke. Think it's funny or not?
All right. I'm not looking at. I didn't read it
You
purposely.
didn't read it.
No.
Do you want to read it?
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'll let you read it.
Okay. All right. A married couple is fast asleep when suddenly the phone rings. The groggy husband answers it, expecting the worst. After listening a few seconds, he shouts, "How should I know? Who do you think I am, the weatherman?" and slams down the receiver. Could you tell the theater kid came out
That was
right there?
great. Sounded real.
Who was that? asked his wife. I don't know. Some guy wanting to know if the coast is clear, posted by son of a...
Tim.
I hate it here. You gave credit. Not only did you give credit, she posted it at 8:39 p.m. on
Yeah.
August 21st.
Yeah.
2011.
Carmichael.
Carmichael.
839.
Where'd you pull that off of?
I don't remember.
Like Facebook or
no,
something?
some just weird. Some
Joke
depths,
site?
the depths of the internet.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
That's the cleanest dirty joke I think I can share on the
Oh,
show.
okay.
Tim, do you like that one?
That was good.
Okay. Oh man, I don't know.
You just don't know anymore.
I just don't know anymore.
I've never really gone on the dad joke train. Actually, that's
You don't like
Kaylee.
it?
No, I can't. I don't have any good ones.
Oh.
Kaylee's really good at it.
Mm.
She comes up with plenty of stuff. I, on the other
Yeah.
hand,
I like dirty jokes, so I can't tell them to
Well.
anywhere. That one was pretty good.
we might be able to.
Yeah.
We might be able
We
to
can
bend the
squeeze
rules
them in
occasionally.
there real, what do you call that? Read between the lines, like
Right.
insinuation.
Insinuate it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have some weird conversation stuff, and then otherwise we're just off on the deep end.
Right.
So, what bizarre weather pattern have you witnessed? I guess you did talk about your. It wasn't a bomb cyclone; it was a
Microburst?
microburst. But you were in a bomb cyclone too. 2 years ago.
And then, no, it was before that.
No, it was during the pandemic, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh yeah, there
Tim,
was
do you
that
remember?
really crazy.
Yes.
Well, I've been in two then, because
it
there was
two of
one
them?
when I was working at my moving company,
Mm.
and I conveniently took that day off. I was like, I worked the day before. I was like, I'm not working during that, and they sent some moving crews out. Didn't make it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So the bomb cyclone was unlike anything I've ever heard, but it was also there's another kind of name for it, something low, something Albuquerque low. Anyway, basically it was a pressure drop.
Yeah.
So I had a double ear infection. Cause I guess yeah I guess because the pressure dropped and it caused people who have I guess a higher likelihood of getting ear infections, which I do. I've had my whole life
Yeah.
to get them, and I got it in both ears. I've never had that, and in fact, I've never had one as an adult.
Yeah.
I had scars though from being a kid, just getting them over and over.
Never had one.
So I go into the urgent care, and I'm like, hey, I got my ear hurts, something or other, and she was like, yep, you have a double ear infection, and she said, in the last 3 days, which this was 3 days after the actual pressure drop,
Mm-hmm.
she said, I've never seen so many people come in for balance and ear infection and ear related stuff. I'm like, I'd never really thought about the pressure drop. We were all sort of concerned about how much snow we got and wind we got in a short period of time, and it was blizzard conditions for a whole day.
Yeah.
I remember
It's insane.
our highway shut down. People were on the highway for almost a day or so, stuck out there.
That's insane. Yeah. No. If I get enough warning, then I try to plan around that. Just don't leave. It's just not safe.
Yeah. And our warnings are pretty accurate now. It's not like,
Right.
oh, there might be something come along. Oh, whoops.
Hey, we're a
it's
third away from this giveaway. by the way.
20,000. Hey, Pokemon, we're gonna give a giveaway at either 10 or 15,000, depending on how
how the vibes are feeling. But go for
how
15.
the vibes are going.
Go for 15,
Yeah,
everyone.
15,000.
The craziest weather thing I've ever seen, because I see it highlighted here, is I saw thunder snow, where you're in a snowstorm, and then there's thunder and lightning with it.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. Crazy cool, But it's it wasn't where rain's turning over into snow. It was full on big flakes, just dumping snow, and then there was a thunderstorm inside of it. That
That's
was pretty
bizarre.
That was really.
I will
weird.
say Colorado has some bizarre weather.
Well, you're catching all these different
it'll-
high and low pressures,
Yeah.
heat and cold and
Yep.
everything, and then when it comes off the Rockies and when it scoops down into the Front Range, that just creates hell for people out east. So everyone out east, Colorado, hope you're all right, because that blizzard was nasty for you guys yesterday.
Yeah, it kind of builds in monuments sort of almost too close to the weather being created, call it,
Yeah.
to get hit with hail, or it kind of builds and as
Right.
it falls
It-
and goes off.
It usually comes in and then strengthens as it pushes out east, but there's definitely sometimes Monument has just been
True.
like,
We just get
shut it down.
dominated.
Just like shut it down.
I will say it's interesting. Like it'll be raining and it'll the sun will be out.
Yeah.
That's I've never seen that other than Colorado or maybe like a jungle environment where it's like rains all the time.
Right.
I was in Brazil in college for a trip, and I remember we were supposed to coordinate this sort of pickup or this like to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And our driver or coordinator was like, "Oh yeah, I'll meet you 30 minutes after the rain," and we were all kind of like, "I don't understand when we're supposed to be down here,
Right.
other than look out for the rain." You know, like how long is that gonna take? Anyway,
Right.
so we looked up, and apparently it rains almost to the minute every day at the same time in this area. So everybody would literally like plan their afternoon
Around
around
it?
it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so they wouldn't use clocks. I mean, they would, but like they wouldn't use clocks. It'd be like see afternoon, it'd be like see after the rain, and then like the whole village would shut down, and then kind of resurrect itself after the rain.
That's
every
super
day.
interesting.
It was kind
Just
of cool to see.
planning around it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
That's cool.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about some traveling on, I would assume cars, but I mean, I guess you could use planes too. But there's some time in your life when you had to go somewhere and there's bad weather, like you can't get around it. I know I thought of at least like 4 or 5 times where it was pretty sketchy.
Right.
What happened to you?
A lot of mine is just ice and like snow related.
Because it's here. around
Yeah,
here.
so I'll go away from that and talk about the one time it happened to me on a plane. We were flying back from Manhattan when I was in my sophomore year of high school. We were coming back
Manhattan, New York.
New York, yeah. We were coming back from a choir trip and late at night, and a lot of my classmates said it was lightning that hit us. I think the probability is too low. I say that sometimes to be funny. Realistically, it probably was just insane turbulence through a thunderstorm, but the plane like
Just dropped.
yeah, and it was like the wind. You could feel the wind just pushing the plane. That was probably the craziest thing that I've ever had. There was one time when I lived up in Aurora, Colorado. I was sitting at a light, waiting for it to turn green. Shout out to Incubus. No, but
Jeez.
a funnel cloud jumped like this. It like did the thing where it like starts to come down and then comes back up into the clouds and then like dissipates. That was pretty scary. Other than that, just snow, just a lot of snow, a lot of ice, wind. So nothing super crazy.
I had kind of the same thing, like when you're on ice and you lose control of your car.
Yeah.
I had that happen with water in Kansas City.
Oh,
like
no.
It rained so much that the highways had, it's not black ice, I guess, but it's like you'd hydroplane on
Right.
on there, and then like the rain's coming down so hard it's hard to visualize.
Yeah, you can't see.
So it's hard to see. That was pretty scary.
Yeah.
I think I had people in the car also who weren't like blood relatives. It was like a prom or
Oh
something.
my god.
And I was in my dad's car
Yeah.
driving back, and I was like, "This is really scary. Like, I'm responsible for 4 people."
For 4 people, and I don't even like them. No, I'm
And
just
I don't-
kidding.
and so I'm like tempted to just let Jesus take the wheel.
What about you, Tim? You've got to have some crazy travel weather story.
Outside of Amarillo, got caught in a thunderstorm that started dumping hail while on the highway,
Yeah.
which is never fun.
Oh,
And you had to pull over. It was like on the
Oh,
interstate, pulling over on the interstate.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is crazy because semis are still passing you by.
Right.
But the truck starts rocking like really, really, really,
Ooh,
really
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was not fun.
No.
That's probably one of the most nervous I've ever been in weather.
Are you guys a turn around and head back, or are you just a push through and get to your destination kind of person?
Push
Me too.
through.
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. I will say one time, Kelsey
Except
and
for
I
yesterday. I did turn around.
Kelsey and I were driving home to Kansas on I-70, and it was bad snow, like the day before. So we were going, and we hit this patch of black ice on the interstate, and basically turned backwards and started going backwards on the highway,
Yeah.
and then turned again, fell into the median, and then slid, and we were probably like, I don't know, 20 to 100 feet from hitting like a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Where they have those sort of like, they wrap metal around the telephone poles. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And so we didn't die. We just kind of sat there looking at each other like, oh my God. And it happened so fast.
Right.
And
This
then-
happened just the other day?
No, this
Oh.
was,
Okay,
I don't know,
sorry.
10 years ago, 8
Oh,
years
okay.
ago.
Okay.
And yeah, we have better vehicles now. And
Yeah.
but I mean, when black ice hits you, you just like, you don't know. You can't. It's not like you can see it coming. Prepare. But then it was bad because we had to get out of it because we were in like this sedan.
Yeah.
And we had to get out of the median to make the next like 5-hour trip home. We were in the middle of nowhere. It would have taken like an hour or two to get help
Yeah.
out there. So I remember having, which sounds bad, having Kelsey get out
And push.
and push. Cause
Oh no.
yeah, because we had to do the roll thing, like where you like
Right.
use the momentum
You had
to
to-
kind of roll up and out of there. And
Mhm.
I can't remember if I had any like cat litter or anything to get us out of the. I think I put like her. I think I put like her foot. What are those things? God, what are those things called? Like the foot carpet things.
The mat.
Yeah, I think I put that
Kinda-
under
Yeah.
her tire and got out.
Got a little
out.
traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the scariest.
Yeah.
Real close to being a big deal.
I've only been in one weather-related accident, and it was really weird. It was a really weird one because it was like misting, but it wasn't cold enough for anything to freeze. But it wasn't raining enough for it to accumulate. But the roads were damp, and I remember we were taking a turn onto Academy from Woodman down in the Springs. I know
Mhm.
this is playing well for everyone that doesn't live in the
Yeah,
Springs.
not,
But it was basically you're exiting a major road onto like an on ramp onto another major road, not quite as fast as the highway. But we turned and we took it, and because Kaylee was driving, she took it at like 10 miles per hour. Next thing we know, we're just skidding, and we go like this, and we hit the wall doing about 40. So the car just like flipped, not
Mhm.
over, but it like skidded, flipped its back end out, and then it just came right back over, and it accelerated. So I don't know if something went wrong, and we hit that wall doing like 40, and like we had Chanel, our puppy, in the back seat. She went flying. Kaylee's sister
no.
caught her, luckily.
Oh,
Kaylee
really?
braced herself. My dumb ass just cracked my head against the window. Perfectly fine, by the way. No concussion, or at least that's what I remember. Yeah, and I don't know. That was like the only weather-related thing. I see we have some people
Yeah.
saying,
Mandy's saying that she lived in an area where she had like a mile long to drive to her house, and then it's on a hill. So I will say, like, even if you have prepped roads and you're on a steep incline,
Yeah.
there's nothing you're gonna do
right.
to stop the car.
Yeah,
Ice is pretty rough.
yeah. That's also like living in Colorado when you catch these storms like we did yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and everything that's moving out to the east side of the country right now. When you're getting those winds combined with the snow and the low temperatures, it like anything can happen with that
Right.
stuff. That's why yesterday I was in the middle of like I left my place and it wasn't too bad. I got onto one of the major roads down in the Springs, Powers, which is just like 55 miles per hour. It's like a highway, but not quite
Interstate.
the interstate. And it just all of a sudden it was just white out, blowing at like 55 sideways with just ice, just straight, and they didn't even do a
Yeah.
damn thing to the road. So
Right.
I was like, like white knuckles in a bun, just hoping for the best thing to happen. And then you guys were like, "Hey, no, and make your choice." And I was like, "Okay, I gotta go," because, yeah, that poor little car,
I live pretty close, so it's easy to get here, and it took me a while to get
yeah,
to work. I will say on my drive home from Salt Lake, we passed 3 or 4 of the snow trucks,
yeah,
and none of them were doing anything, so it didn't take that long. We didn't have to wait behind them.
right,
But one of them was dropping rocks, so we slow down, and I still get a chip in my windshield, probably the size of a nickel or something. No,
Right.
it's not that big, but I was just like, God, really?
That I
Why?
remember
Why are we putting rocks on
just
the road?
river rock.
Which, yeah.
They're just dumping river rock.
What's wrong with sand or like
Yeah.
small pebbles? But like literally, we don't need boulders on the
Right.
road.
So
I don't get it.
I had one time I was I was coming back from my walk through here to get hired. So I literally just walked through and met like everybody, and I was coming back and I was all smiley and happy and everything. And one of my coworkers at FedEx, because I still technically was there at the time, went in front of my personal car and just a rock just ricocheted and chipped my windshield. And I was like, "There's never been a more clear
Sign.
reason for me to get the hell out of there."
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
sign.
it was pretty funny though.
I'll say on not to crap on I-80, but last year I went up on I-80 to get to Salt Lake City from Denver.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There's a couple options. We took that one, and then this year I did it again, but with my friend. And I had forgotten that there's signs on the road that say like excessive road damage, like use caution, or like it'll even have the speed limits are variable out there, so
Right.
the
Yeah.
speed can go from 45 to 85 on the road.
That is such a jump.
Yeah. So we were driving, and like literally these potholes will wreck your car.
It'll take the wheel off.
It'll just take like it would eat the whole wheel. Like I don't know how to explain a pothole that's
Yeah.
literally 3 feet deep
It's a
in the
Sarlacc
middle
pit.
of the road. That like where you thought you were gonna go 80.
Right.
There's this obstacle.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's probably the most underrated dangerous thing I've done in a while.
I have a horrible habit of overcorrecting, trying to avoid a pothole, and I'll just go right into it with my car, which is, not. I haven't had suspension issues or anything like that. That's not what I mean with why my car's all broken all the time. But I will say that like it's been worse lately because of all the different like moisture and everything like that, kind of bringing it back to weather with like the whole erosion of the road and everything like that.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
been
man,
bad.
there's some brutal like sinkholes almost.
Yeah. Okay, fam. Let's get to 10,000. We're at 7.7. And I know ours is kind of lagged. It might already be at 10, but until I can see 10, not happy.
Not happy.
And we're gonna give. Let's see.
It says 7.8.
Five sour solar, five sour moon rocks away today. So if you're a sour fan,
Ooh.
get in there, and we'll tell you how to do it.
And I'm not a
once we
sour
get
fan,
there.
but they're quite good. I actually enjoy
They're
them.
on the
Yep.
sour side of sour,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But they taste delicious.
They do taste delicious. I'm
Um,
going to look at our live like total on my phone, see if it differs.
Well,
It has 8.2 now.
I'll bring it. It's going fast. I'll
Sad to
bring
say.
it back to what we were talking about before the show started, which was I was took a friend vacation and started playing Super Smash Bros on my friend's Switch, and I got addicted, of course. And I was telling these guys that in college we'd play Super Smash Bros, but everybody was so good it would be like playing Halo with your friends, and you just get dome rocked before you even know what's happening. You can't
Right.
learn buttons when somebody kills you before you can look around.
Right.
So anyway, I was like, hey, this is fun. I can play a computer
yeah.
instead of my friends and get crushed. So we're teaching we're teaching Tim about Super Smash Bros. Because he
Right.
wasn't
Right.
super aware of it. I don't know. What other
So,
games are you playing?
well, I was gonna stay on Super Smash Bros. For a
Okay,
minute. What's your main? What's
it.
your main character you try to stick?
My
as?
main guy is pretty normal. Like I usually go with like a fighter style person.
Mhm.
So I can't even remember the guy. He's like a.
Describe it.
There's two versions. There's a regular and a dark.
Samus.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's another one.
Fox.
He's lower down on there. He's kind of like lower middle. Kind of looks like a.
Is it like Kid Icarus?
He's kind of a shooter guy. I don't know. Oh, the other one I like since I can't. I'm totally blowing.
You can
that
pull
one.
up the
Oh, I should.
roster. Yeah.
I should. Are the There's two of them. There's like they have like little snowsuits.
Oh, the Ice Climbers.
Yeah, the ice climbers.
Yeah, those
It's
guys
like
were
a-
annoying in Super Smash Brothers Melee.
It's like a for those who don't know, I don't know, brother sister or like male female.
think it's brother sister.
and they're small, and they have like this giant, just I don't know, gavel, like judge gavel,
Mallets.
mallet hammer, and they just smash people with this thing.
Those guys were annoying in the second game that was on Nintendo GameCube, which I still have, by the way. That version's pretty good. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm bringing them up here.
Okay.
Um,
I'll go ahead and
I haven't done Bowser, but I'm usually a big Bowser guy.
he's a bit of a tank, yeah.
Yeah, he's-
Literally.
Right. Oh, I did Pac-Man. That was pretty rough.
Yeah. So you're saying there's two different
Yeah.
you might have to put in like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate roster. That might, and then you can even go to images, and like. So this is the base ones. No, it's not. Yeah, go to the official site. Right there, it
Where,
says
this one?
fighters. No, up. There, that one. We are doing a giveaway at. Well, we did hit 10,000. Do we want to do 15? See if you guys can get to 15 because that's what we asked for the first
All
time.
right, Phil.
Um,
Fill us in here. It is, yeah. Dark
Dark
Samus.
Samus,
Yeah, this
yeah.
guy. He's my guy.
so there. First of all, Samus is a girl.
Oh,
Heads up.
She's my girl.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to see. They have a suit on.
There's a Zero Suit Samus that's a separate character, so it's what she looks like without. Oh shoot! You can click on it.
Yeah, I clicked on it
Shout out to
I was
Super Smash Brothers.
taking names with this gal.
Dang! Look at their website design. Look at them go. Yeah, see Zero Suit Samus. That's what she looks like. My main. I actually have
Who's
a
your
few.
main?
I have a few.
Okay.
So
Well,
if-
I just started, so you
Right,
gotta
right,
give me
right,
some
right,
time.
When I started out, I was a pure Link and Pikachu. Those
Yeah.
are the two I only played with. I've expanded a little bit. I actually have the DLC fighter. My favorite one that I main right now at the top is Sora, number 82, because Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite game
Oh.
franchises. But I actually purchased him.
Okay, cool.
But I will still say it's probably Sora and Pikachu are my absolute go-tos. I'm probably the best with Pikachu because I've had the most practice.
Here's the ice climbers. They're super cool.
Yeah.
It's only one character, even though there's two people.
Right. There's a little bit of a trailing
It's kind
mechanic.
of a trail, yeah.
Another good one that I think you would like, Lucario's pretty fun.
I think I tried Pit too. Pit and Dark Pit.
Pit's got a good aerial game.
Yeah, so you can fly.
Yeah. And then Meta Knight was really good back in the day. I think he's a little.
I did Sonic, but I kept rolling off the edge.
He's too. He's a gimmick fast in
He's
my
like
opinion.
so fast, so quick. He goes too
Yep.
far,
Mhm.
and I can't keep track of like what's happening.
Yeah.
I tried this Olimar guy. I didn't know who he was from.
He's from Pikmin, which is a franchise.
I tried this
Greninja.
Greninja.
It's from 6th generation of Pokemon. We're tapping into some deep-seated knowledge on my part here. That's why.
That one's cool.
Greninja's great. I know there's one Peach, like Princess Peach, is one of the best in the game.
Where's she at?
She's near the top. She's an OG character.
Yeah, that's
sort
right.
of, but she is.
Peach.
People clean house with Peach.
I should try Peach. Peach is tough to beat in tennis, also.
Yeah. Link's good too. Link's a good like starter. Mario's all right, but his recovery, his up B, when
Oh, right,
is
yeah.
is a little limited in my opinion. Pikachu's is really tricky because there's actually a second stage to the
Oh.
quick attack. So when you press up B and he goes up, he teleports up. But if you change your direction quickly, you can get
A diagonal.
a diagonal. So it'll go up and then diagonal, and that's a really good recovery.
I was more. I was looking more into the items that I kept picking up and what the items did
Right.
versus like my
What's
character.
your favorite so far item?
The coolest item that I've seen is there's like this sword that you can have that looks like the 2D Super Mario where you have to jump through the fire wheel or whatever.
fire sword
There's
thing,
like
yeah.
it's like a little fire.
It lights them on
sword.
fire when you hit them.
It's so cool.
Have
There's-
you mastered smash attacks yet? It's where you hold a direction and hold down the attack button like A and hold it down and you charge up.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are key.
those are pretty big time.
Yeah. My favorite item is
Okay,
the Pokeballs.
Tim, let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah, we'll just do the giveaway since we hit 10.
And we'll keep chatting here about games. If anyone
Just
likes
make
games.
sure they should be. Is it comment 10 or will it be 15?
It's 10. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. It might be
You
1-5.
might wanna, Tim, you might want to
Tim, you might want to let us
roll
know.
over and have Parker help you just in case.
I can go check too on my
That's true.
15.
15.
So you're going to comment 1-5, even
So
though
we got to get it set up here.
y'all are liars and only got us to 10.
And once you guys see the old,
There you go.
There it is. It's active.
it's active. All right. Click away 1-5 to have a random shot.
At Sour
No,
Moon Rocks.
have a shot at being randomly selected.
Yeah. A random shot at being randomly selected. So, yeah, Super Smash Brothers. What else do you got for your Switch?
Let's see. I have a lot of games for Kelsey. So
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
I have Zelda, but I haven't played.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
I have that too. I haven't
And
really
I haven't.
touched it.
It
too
was
much.
okay. I played like for 30 minutes, and it seemed a lot kind of like a Skyrim game, where you have lots of buttons, lots of learning curves, lots of strategy, lots of things, and I was like just not ready for that whole undertaking.
I've had it since 2017 when it launched, maybe 2018, and I can agree right there. Like with a video game, if I get too much in my face at once, it takes me a while to come back because I'm like, whoa, easy.
Yeah.
Like back off. Another one I actually got Super Mario Odyssey,
Oh,
which is the new platformer, newest 3D platformer for Super Mario. It came out a while ago, but yeah, I played about 30 minutes of that. So far, it's like, yeah, this will be fun. Nice little time killer. But I also big Pokemon fan, so I've got almost all. Yeah, I've got the newest Pokemon games
that's
on
true.
Switch.
We had let's see, it was. I'm gonna mess it up. There were like two wolves, two
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield. We had Sword
Yeah.
and Shield, and then I don't know why, but it like got deleted from our Switch because we pretty much beat that with our neighbor friend, and we
Right.
got the other one.
Right.
So now we would trade. With
Right,
her
because
so
there's
we can-
generation or there's version exclusives and
yeah,
everything
so
like
there's
that. Yep.
characters you can't get on one of them.
Mhm.
That one was fun. Let's see. I got Super Sonic for Jack, but he's only played it once, and it's kind of
Okay.
like a Donkey Kong
Right.
style.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's like Sonic. There's other Sonic games too.
Yeah.
But I haven't played much of that yet. And Animal Crossing is Kelsey's game. She played that too much.
Kaylee drained that
Drained that
during
game.
the pandemic. That's what she did when she was off work for
But I
COVID.
also got a Nintendo, the basic Nintendo, like that Tim
Like
has
right here.
right there.
Yep.
That's 30 games on it. So I've
Yeah.
been playing that.
Did you know you
I
can
beat
actually?
Super Mario, the first game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know you can actually get a virtual console if you use the live subscription.
Oh,
It gives you the NES, the Super NES, and the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. It gives you like select games.
options for those.
Yeah, that you can play. Then if you do, of course, because Nintendo does this kind of stuff all the time, the Nintendo Switch Online service plus expansion pack, they include some N64 games and some Game Boy Advance games, which is cool, but I just didn't want to pay for the expansion pack, although you get insane amount of Mario Kart 8 like tracks and characters and everything. I have that, and Mario Kart's great too. So
Right.
yeah, man, it's fun. I need to play my Switch more, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But definitely, Super Smash Brothers is a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna start dinking around with it because it's fun.
And obviously you can like if you play the game, if you just play like the Smash setting and everything like that, you eventually unlock characters. Like have you had that happen yet?
I was gonna say I played on my friend's, and I'm sure it was all available because he's
Right.
already beat it.
Right,
And I didn't even ask him.
right. So
So I probably need to
you just
actually
play the
through
game?
and get.
you just play anything in the game, and
Oh.
after I think it's either time gated or it's progression gated. You get some of these random characters will just drop in, and you have to defeat them to unlock them. But if you fail, then the next time you do anything in the game, say like you're just doing like against a computer for like a 3-minute match or whatever like that, it'll pop back up and you have another chance, and it just happens until you unlock them, and then there's a time gate. So like, yeah, that's how you unlock
Like you
the
have to beat
characters.
him within a certain time, or what?
No, just you play for a certain amount of time, and when you hit that
Ah,
certain amount of time,
see what you're
it
saying.
unlocks that, and it doesn't just unlock. You got to defeat them, which is kind of fun. And then if you go up on that list, the DLC is where you have to buy them. but they're like
Oh, you gotta buy these.
they're like a
guys.
couple dollars. And the Minecraft guys, I only have the Piranha Plant because I unlocked it for free, because I had the game since launch.
Oh,
and
you
then,
bought Sora.
And then I bought Sora because he's like one of my favorite characters in all of
Gotcha.
video games.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
That's cool.
Remember, chat, comment 1-5 for a chance to win Sour Moon Rocks. We got about 5 minutes left on that giveaway.
The other cool thing about the Smash game was on Switch anyway was the like you can do random battlefields, random
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There seemed to be some cool complexity to it.
There's a setting on the stages where you can have them randomly shift from one stage to another one randomly. So like I think, or you can click like pick them. But yeah, it's really cool because then you can go between stages while you're in the middle of fighting.
And I'll
That's
say
pretty
the
cool.
battlefields are a lot more complex than they were on the what was it 64?
64, yeah.
So we
Yeah.
had, like I was telling Tim, sort of like the two-dimensional Mario where the screen cuts off on the left, and if you fall too far behind, then
You
you
die.
die. So you have to battle that with the Super Smash Brother game mechanics where you're trying to fight somebody and pick up
also
items
move.
and move through the obstacles
It's
of
cool.
a Mario level.
They've got shifting stages that'll have like different parts of it change as time goes on. Like there's a Metroid one, and it's like 3 platforms, and there's like 2 outer platforms, and it'll occasionally get lowered into lava, and only certain platforms will stay above, and then it'll pull up. That's pretty fun.
Saw one that was sort of like a was it like a ship or something? Like it kept kind of moving like up and down.
Yeah.
So not only you're not moving left and right, like you literally have to climb
Right.
up and down to get to either like the other side of the ship, or like somebody would kick me to the other side, and like to even get back to the main battle, you gotta
Right. Yeah.
find a way back.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. And granted, I know everyone listening or watching, we're talking about a game that came out like a little while ago, but it's so
but it's a classic,
it's classic, and it just never runs out of style. Like I love Super Smash. It's like with Mario Kart.
right?
Yeah. Even though I don't tip these, Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers are the only racing or fighting games I'll play because I am horrific at both genres. I can kind of play Super Smash Brothers like a little bit, but yeah, I'm not. I get real big mad when I suck. So I just
like
stop
fighting
playing.
games, but I think they're fun when you're dominating, and they're not fun when you're getting dominated.
Right.
That's kind of like that you always find that level where I feel like I always found the level where you beat everybody, but then you just get killed by the boss just 5 seconds in.
Right. Yeah.
Not fun.
I just re-downloaded this free MMO game that I used to play on my computer called Final Fantasy 14, and I like picked up where I left off like last night. Like it was like after dinner, and I was like, oh shoot, I re-downloaded it, and I started playing it again. I was like, oh cool, this is another fun option. It's a real fantasy game. It's pretty crazy, but they're bringing that to Xbox. Like next month or something like that, which will be really cool because it was a computer and PlayStation exclusive since 2013, 2014. Yeah, and it's been going that long too. Like it's a really fun game. It's really in depth though. It's like kind of like World of Warcraft style,
Oh dang!
but it's Final Fantasy, which is really cool. We got
minute 40, folks.
Minute Forte.
One
Tim,
of
what about you
5.
video game wise?
Participate.
We've been
Yeah, we've been going.
I like
deep in the weeds.
I liked adventure game. Like one of my all-time favorites was like Halo. I liked Halo.
still good.
I didn't like Halo again because my friends were too good, and I didn't have it. So then by the time I got
They just
there,
outpaced you?
Yeah, they would just crush me. But it's a super cool game.
Oh yeah.
BioShock.
BioShock's phenomenal. I still haven't got through the first one. I played Infinite, but I
And
need to get to it.
then, of course, the bad classic Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
So are you excited for 6?
What would you do in the game?
I like.
I don't know if we want to answer that. No, I'm just kidding.
You mean as far as like the thing I just like to drive around.
You
I
drive?
mean, that was like my
Explore
favorite
the
thing.
world?
Just
What radio
explore.
station do you listen to?
I couldn't even remember.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's been.
I always listened to the radio station that had comedy. But
and
it
mine was always just a rock station. Yeah.
Okay. I would always go after the motorcycles and mopeds and stuff. And that way, when I had to shoot left or right, I could see out.
Oh, did you mean you would go on the motorcycles?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you would target the people on motorcycles and mopeds in
Oh.
GTA. That's why I started laughing. You're like,
Oh.
I would go after them.
No, I
I was a big when I played, because I played Vice City when I was way too young to be playing Vice City.
Me too. My dad caught me.
I didn't get caught, but my friend, his parents were like, "We don't care." And I'm like, "You should."
You should
But,
have you just pay attention.
Right. Like, also congratulations to everyone
Oh, we have
that
some winners.
won.
So I just ended.
Pokemon cards won.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, nice.
So we have
It's about time.
that one
Pokemon,
girl,
You've been waiting.
Was that her name?
Pokemon card,
Pokemon.
Stormy.
Pokemon, come on. Tim.
Sorry, Pokemon, Stormy, the Man, and Lucky.
Hey,
Lucky.
Lucky.
Oh, speaking of Lucky, we watched 101 Dalmatians last night.
Nice. It's
I
been a
love
while.
that movie, and I was like, "Dang, this is dark,
It is really dark.
super dark." Like we're talking starvation,
Yeah.
skinning of dogs. Where there's drunks on the bad guys are drunk all the time, beating each other up. Just tons of abuse.
Dude, old Disney really kind
wow.
of didn't
I
hold
wish
back.
they'd come back, man.
I don't think the climate would allow them
They
to.
won't allow it. We should do adult cartoons. Call it Isney.
Called
Disney.
Steamboat Willie.
Okay. Jeez.
Steamboat Will. Tim,
Well,
I
you
need
know
to
you
see-
have the right to use it's public domain.
It is
now.
public domain. I expect some stuff from you, Tim, with Steamboat
Yeah.
Willie.
That's totally going over my head.
It's the Mickey Mouse from
1930.
1928.
It's free use now.
It's public
Public-
domain.
free
Yeah.
public
that
domain.
that version of Mickey, although you can't call it Mickey Mouse because it was Steamboat Willie. That was the name of the cartoon. So like,
Oh.
if you put him, humping a tree, Disney's still coming after you. I read this thing that was like, "Hey, everybody, like, be careful
Yeah.
because there's still a lot around that." But yes, technically, you can use the character design now, which it's one of my favorite character designs. So it's great,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Some of the
No hate for Disney. I love
some
Disney.
of the throwback logos are really cool.
Right. I know we're getting towards the end here, but what do you got pulled
Oh
up
yeah,
here?
I pulled up this. Just I couldn't remember this video game that I played that I beat when I was growing up on PlayStation, but I think it's called Street Fighter. Did you ever play that game?
No, but that's like
Yes.
one of the biggest fighting games. No, it is because it was a fighting game.
Yeah.
It was the original fighting game before Mortal Kombat, wasn't it?
I
believe
thought
it was.
I thought it was kind of like
Around
hand
that
in
same
hand.
time.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Which came first, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I played that game. And then the other style, same style of game where it's pretty much 1v1 on the old, Mortal Kombat or whatever, was they made an X-Men version
Right.
of that game. And I
Right.
played that a lot. I love being
They have-
Phoenix and
Yeah.
Wolverine and whoever.
They have arcade cabinets with that game in it still.
Yeah.
Those are cool. I think they actually have that. You might be able to get that on the Switch.
Oh, really?
Possibly.
Ooh.
You might have to look it up. They have the old Ninja Turtles game
Oh, really?
from the arcade. Yeah, they do a lot of those ports. A
Sweet.
lot more on main consoles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. But man, we went from weather to video games, and that's how it
That's how it
rolls,
rolls.
baby.
That's
But
what we do.
guys,
I'm over the weather.
you're over the weather.
Yeah.
You're sick of the cold.
No.
Okay, I was about to say next Monday is supposed to be a high of like 4.
Not sick of the cold. I'm like you. I'm sick of the wind. Don't want
Yep.
wind, but it's kind of a necessary evil. Like every system is brought by wind, kind of.
Right.
Seems to be.
I understand the importance of wind, but I just don't like it.
You know, like a.
No,
But yeah, weather and games, candy and fame.
I would
we'll
still like to know what people thought
We'll see
would
you
melt
again.
first, candy wise.
What would melt first?
Yeah.
And why? I guess
And
we
why?
just gotta try it out.
I'm sure we have access to fire.
Surely Pyro Tim can figure it out.
I was about to say Tim definitely has a blowtorch.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't have a blowtorch.
He even bought one from his.
Yeah,
from
didn't
his,
Didn't we just talk about that to like burn the
Duluth
weeds?
Trading,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
weed
we
burning.
did.
Instead
But,
of getting
blowtorch
clothes
for
from
the
Duluth
weeds.
Trading, he got a weed burner
Right.
blowtorch.
Which is,
Very character.
I
on
get it,
character,
but-
on brand.
I got to do the plugs now, guys. Make sure you're following us. everywhere you can follow us. That's on TikTok, Instagram. Let's see what else there. Facebook, YouTube, Amazon. You can follow people and stores on Amazon, which is to me is just blows my mind because it's not just a place you go to shop. You can actually follow and watch this live here.
Yeah.
You can get the audio version of this show on podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, you download, you listen, you give us a like, thumbs up, 5 stars on Apple. That's super important to improve the rank. Other than that, you can buy all of our products on Amazon, on TikTok Shop. And then most importantly, I want to keep pointing you guys towards uptoptreats.com. We do have some exclusives there. And we are working on making it a little more like if you come visit us directly, we have some more cool options for you. And then the last thing I'll say is also consider subscribing to our TikTok. It is $2.99 a month, and you get plenty of goodies, including like free T-shirt, R&D candy, so stuff that you may see us freeze dry or stuff you may not have even heard us freeze dry. We give that out to our subscribers. We should probably
And
actually
the
send a batch
emojis.
to the 2 we have now, and we get
We did.
custom emojis.
We could send out another batch.
Yeah, I know
but-
Caesar and old buddy from
Yeah.
Florida
Yep.
are probably waiting.
Pal, the ranch pal.
You
Yeah,
never
remember-
see a shopping cart during lives. That is probably my bad.
Yeah, that's Steven. He'll be fired.
Next time I'll add it to the showcase. We're also getting some stuff in stock soon and working on some more fun combinations.
Star Worms, which are on Thames Lower.
This
Left,
was the first
is
iteration of these.
coming. True.
Yeah.
The actual real deal is coming Thursday.
So Thursday they go live.
No, Thursday they'll come to us so we can eat some.
Oh.
and
And
then
maybe
we'll-
get it to you guys.
maybe in a week or so. But they're coming in hot.
Yeah, and
They're
then
good.
we got a couple other things, and then Parker, if you won't mind,
Mm.
it is January 9th of 2024, and we are promoting what for tomorrow at what time?
Tomorrow we are going to practice freeze drying trolley strawberry puffs on our freeze dry machine. We have 2 of them. One doesn't have a name, and the other one is Hot Rod.
Yeah. No, it's
and-
little up top.
Oh yeah, Little Up Top
Little Up
and
Top.
Hot Rod. And so, yeah, join us for some fun tomorrow, and we'll be freeze drying some candy.
And that'll be here on the TikTok channel. And then
Here.
what time?
10 o'clock Mountain Standard.
Mountain Standard Time. That is
Yeah.
9 Pacific. And then,
some
shoot,
other times.
12 Eastern?
You do this every time.
Yeah, 12 Eastern. Whatever.
right,
I can't do the
look it up.
conversion.
All right.
That's
Till
enough
next time,
of that
folks.
nonsense. All right, peace.
Bye.